G'day guys, this is my S13 Silvia. Unfortunately, it is still missing one major component. As you can see, there is not a single engine in the entirety of this shed, which is sort of sad, but I decided to give up on the CA. It was going to cost me too much money and I just lost patience with it completely and utterly. The old exhaust is still sitting there next to the car because someone wanted to buy it and then decided to not get back to me with picking it up or anything, so obviously they don't want it anymore. But I digress. This is it. You've obviously seen the photos because I'm definitely going to be posting this on all the forums I'm a part of, which is like 3, but this is how she sits at the moment, covered in dust except for the back where it got rained on a while ago. Yeah. She has not moved under its own power for a fair few months. That's putting it mildly. At the moment, because it is Christmas Day and my family's away, so I don't really have anyone to spend the time with except for my girlfriend, and I don't particularly feel like going out there right now. So, yeah, I decided I'd come in, pull the bell housing off the gearbox, which was an absolute fucking nightmare, considering the guy that bought the engine wanted it, but we couldn't get it off, so I had to give him less because of it. But yes, I am just going to paint the engine bay the same colour you can see where I did it before the engine went back in the last time. You see there's a significant difference between what it was and what it is. There is what it is. That's what it's going to be. Hopefully, with any luck anyway. But yes, I have a SR20 DET lined up. Everything I need to put it in and get it running within a weekend from what I've been told. But luckily enough, I trust the guys enough to do it for me. I'm going to probably supervise and be a tool bitch and just hand them everything and hope for the best. The interior obviously hasn't changed. That door card still hasn't gone back on. It's sitting in the back seat there. If you can sort of use your imagination, you can imagine that was my phone going off. But anyway, I'm hoping to get a new steering wheel. I'm by no way going to get a fucking Nardi because I'm too cheap for a Nardi at this point in time. Although I may if one comes up cheap enough. Yes, this is it. I don't know what material this is, but it is probably the most comfortable seat I've ever sat in, material-wise. Of course, I am going to be making a gaming cockpit thing in the man cave so I can play my racing games with my G27 when the wasps aren't flying around. But yes, this is the interior. That's the cluster. It's just a standard one, nothing particularly special about it. Boost gauge, don't even know if it's hooked up properly. AFR. Right the way through. You can see the 69s on the back shelf. They're going to go out and maybe go in my Commodore for when I sell it, so I can do a whole new sound system in this thing when I'm ready, which with any luck will be by this time next year if I'm lucky, but it should be. I should be working as well, so I should have lots and lots of money. Here's the front bar, just chilling on a stool, just your regular CA one. I don't have much plans for the actual body of the car, not for at least over a year. I might go a body kit, pumped guards. I know what rims I want, but finding them in 4-stud is challenging to say the least. What I'm after is some TE37s, you know, like everyone else seems to want. I might end up doing a 5-stud and doing TE37s, just depends on how I'm feeling later on. So yeah, you can imagine it with pumped guards, some nice offset TE37s, SR20, skids. As with the front bar, just because I'm too lazy to type everything, hoping to give it a respray at some point. Got to rub all this back, fill whatever's too deep, really. You can see just how bad it is along this edge, because it's either been dumped on its guts or it's just been smashing into bloody speed bumps. I intend on getting some of that black ricer mesh, as they call it sometimes, and covering this whole front section and this bit here, covering all that in. These inner bits here that are poorly put in. Let's see if in fact I can just sit there and do that. Yep, all that's going to be black ricer mesh. You can imagine, use your imagination, because I can't Photoshop. So it should hopefully look good and hide the front mount, or no holds front mount. I'm not getting a proper front mount, I can't be asked with dealing with all that stuff. But a mate of mine's going to sell me a epoxy no holes, or the equivalent of a no holes front mount. So both pipes, ignore the bracket there for the GK Tech one I made. It's, yeah, first attempt at actually having to manufacture something of my own. Pipes are just going to go across, in there, up, come through a nice neat hole that isn't there at the moment, but it will be eventually, sometime down the line, hopefully. And of course into the engine, which is non-existent at this point in time. But yeah, she's nice. She sits a bit high in the front without an engine in it. I didn't realise that until I went to get in it after I took the engine out the first time, which is a bit scary. I have to ignore the next door neighbours if you can still hear me. But yeah, that's her. She's good. Should hopefully go just as well. I'm hoping to get reclinable buckets, maybe get some GTR seats or something, seeing as my mate Anthony has them in his, and they're probably one of the most comfortable things I've ever sat in, apart from mine of course, but I may be prejudiced. I'm going kicker 6 inches in the front doors, kicker 69s in the parcel shelf, which I'm going to remake, and so I can put a kiddie bolt in it for my girlfriend's kid. Hoping that I can build a new sub box the way it's supposed to be, and if I can't get one moulded in to fit the rest of the boot, then I want to be able to take it out when I have to do large trips with a lot of crap, which having a kid actually comes with, unfortunately. You can see the CA spoiler through there. Yeah, I like it. It's sexy. But yeah, that's it. Next time you hear from me will probably be next year sometime when the SR's going in, and hopefully it will be noisy as fuck and annoying the crap out of my neighbours. Yeah, see you next time.